Hi, welcome back to day number 2 of MLM Science multi-level marketing training. Today we're going to talk about the 2 skills that'll put money in your pocket, and just be glad they're not technology skills. You don't need to know a lot of technology to do this and to take advantage of the internet and the automation that's out there. I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a lot of things in my business. I've been in internet marketing. I've had a business for the last 5 years, and I have learned and taught myself and really, dug my feet in and learned a lot. I know a lot. I know a little about a lot. I don't know a lot about any one thing, and what I've done is I've learned to get by. But what I've learned is that there are a lot of areas that I am just terrible at. And so what I have learned is that I don't have to be good at everything. What I have to be good at is being able to organize things and be able to ally myself with people who are good at those things. And so I have a team of people that I work with, and some of them are all over the world, that help me with my business. And so that's just an example of how you don't have to do everything. But 2 things you do need to know is how to make money. To make money in this business is traffic, how to bring people to your offer, to your website, to whatever it is. You have to get people in your funnel, and you need to be able to get that traffic to convert. A conversion is a sale. So you can, and I mentioned yesterday not to go out and buy a mail list, because you can run 50,000, people to your website, shut it down, and not get one sale, because it's not good traffic. There's not going to be any conversions there. So the traffic needs to be really focused on your ideal customer. So once you know how to run traffic and do that correctly, and you're not getting the response, then it's a conversion issue. So if you got the right people coming in, but they're not converting into sales or going all the way through your funnel, then there's some conversion issues in there, and we're going to look at that. So really, what is a conversion? I just mentioned that's a sale. And a sale is really kind of a persuasion. I talked yesterday about pulling and pushing. So we don't want to push, but we want to pull people in. So we want to persuade them. We're not talking them into anything. It's something that they've already got a need for. They're already looking. They want what you have. Going back to a story I told yesterday, when I was shopping for my truck, and I went onto the car lot and I found my truck sitting there. It's like they made it for me, and I was standing there. I didn't need to be persuaded, or I didn't need to be sold. I already wanted it. So what persuaded me was when we were able to come to a price that we could both agree on. So once we were able to come to that price that we could agree on, then I was persuaded and I became a conversion. The sale was made. So sale is really a transfer of belief from one person to another. That's all that is. It's just a transfer of belief from one person to another. So when you're passionate about something, it's easy to pass that belief on to another person. So like my product, if I tell people about it, I will often sell the product from my business. When I get to talking about it and people are asking me about something, and I'll tell them how I'm doing it, and then they want to know more about it because I'm passionate. And so that is what really gets people excited. And so it's a transfer of that belief from one person to another. When I talk about network marketing and MLM marketing, hopefully the passion that I have for it is being passed through this camera into your monitor, and you can feel that. I really believe that this is an excellent business model, an industry to be in, and can create a lifestyle with marginal investment and effort compared to the potential return on investment. So I think it's an excellent vehicle. So do you really have a passion about the opportunity? And ask yourself, would you tell people about your product even if you weren't being paid to do so? And that's a hard question. And I definitely would. I went 2 years between being in this network marketing company and before, and I thought I could find that product out in the open market, and I couldn't. And so I told people all the time about this product, and and that people would even say, well, why don't you just go sign back up? And so finally I did. So I don't mind telling people about the product even if I wasn't getting paid for it, because I want to help people and I know people could benefit. So if you can't tell people about it, even if you weren't being paid, start using your product that you're selling. And this is really this is a big thing. I know a lot of people that I run into, I'll ask them when I get pitched, I'll go, are you using your products? And they'll say, well, and when they give me that look, that I know for sure that they're not doing that. Or sometimes I'll ask and they'll say, oh yeah, and then immediately before they even tell me what they're using or what they're doing, I know that they're a consumer of their own product. So that's part of the business, is that we consume our products that we're going to go buy somewhere else. But to be able to go out and sell them and to transfer that belief, we've got to be using those products. I will again tell you a story about when I was kind of kicking tires. I was looking for a Dodge truck, and I wanted the Eco Diesel 1500. I didn't want the big diesel, and anyway, there's not a ton of them on the road, and but that was the truck I wanted. And I went into this one car lot, and I was looking at a couple trucks, and they didn't have an Eco Diesel, and this guy was talking to me. He was trying to transfer his belief about the product. I go, how long have you been selling Dodges? He goes, well, actually, I was a Volkswagen salesman up till about 2 months ago. I sold, those for 10 years. And I'm like, well, shoot, man, he should have never told me that. So I wasn't interested in, in that. And the reason I asked was he wasn't doing a very good job of, making a believer out of me. I was already a believer, and I'm, I'm a Dodge person, and that's just who I am. But anyway, I think that was kind of interesting. So you got to think about, who are you trying to attract into your business? And if you're not converting, it's because of a couple of things. If you're not converting or making sales, and you've got the right traffic going in there, it's because your message is wrong, or the message is not getting in front of the right people. Okay, so you could have the right message, but you could have the wrong traffic coming in, or the right traffic and the wrong message. So the market and the traffic and the message, they gotta match. So people have preset internal gears for desire inside of them. So we're preset, we have desires inside of us, and so those are the things that we need to appeal to. And so if we're bringing a message that doesn't appeal to those desires, then we have a mismatch. So in other words, you can't sell something to someone who doesn't already have a pre-existing desire to consume what you're selling. So if I walked on a car lot looking for a Dodge pickup truck, and they were trying to sell me a Volkswagen, there is no way that sale or that conversion is going to take place, because I'm the wrong market and I'm getting the wrong message. So we have to be sure that we're talking to the right market. You can't sell something to someone who's never wanted the thing or that something that you're trying to present to them. So it goes back to presenting the instruments of MLM marketing. You cannot present that to somebody who is not interested or has not wanted that thing to start with. So we're really wasting our time, and again, hurting relationships. So who in the world, or what group of people, have a desire for what you're selling? And that's the question you need to be asking. It's a big question. Sometimes we just kind of sit back in our chair and we just, really don't know. So we need to go and find those people and put our product in front of them. And again, it was part of what this training is about. But what we want to do is, we don't want to minimize the target market. So you want to find your target and narrow it down. I'll give you an example. Let's say that your market is in the health industry, okay? So we have this huge market over here. In fact, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to use a red marker and a blue marker. All right. And so let's say our market is the health industry. All right, so the health industry is a huge market. And there's our red ocean, okay? And there's A lot of slices in that market. So in that market, we might have fitness, and we might have supplements, and we might have weight loss, and in that weight loss will have, you know, the paleo, and we'll have keto, and we'll have all these other ones. And then we have in fitness, we could have bodybuilding, we could just have running, people that are just walkers, or, you know, just whatever in that health industry. Whoops, misspelled that, excuse me. In that health market, we could have specialty foods, and it goes on and on and on. And so everybody's fighting for a piece of that pie there. So what we want to do, let's just say that you're in the supplement market. What you want to do is you want to, and that's this part right here. All right, you're going to get in there and you're going to compete with people in that little section. So what you want to do is you want to create a market that kind of sets you aside from that. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and create a blue ocean. So depending on your product, your flagship product, as I refer to it, is let's say that you're selling a particular supplement for weight loss. Okay, so and then you notice I have weight loss and supplements here. So are we gonna look at people for just weight loss or supplements? So those are two different segments of this market. Do not target both of those because at the same time, because you are going to be talking to two different audiences, and it's just like I'm not going to talk to let's say people that are busy professionals for my product the same as I would talk to somebody maybe who is in you know, work at home business. I'm talking to two different types of people there. Maybe both of those would work, and those would be potential markets, but I'm going to pick one. So you want to pick just one. You always want to narrow it down as much as possible. And I know that's hard. You want to talk to as many people, but if you talk to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So once we've got this narrowed down to supplements, so let's say now we're going to talk to people who are interested in weight loss. And maybe these are people who are not in the gym, and they're going to do it through supplements and diet, as an example. So now what I've done is I have created a product, I have addressed a problem, and I am addressing a specific audience or ideal customer. So we you know, and these are people that are wanting this. They're wanting weight loss. They're looking for a supplement. You know, supplements are a big market to lose weight. So, I mean, that's a market all by itself. So don't minimize the target. You want to find that target market and narrow it down. So the thing is that nobody wants to be sold. And so when we start to talk to our market here, and we're not trying to talk to everybody, people aren't feeling that way, and we're able to look at a class or demographic, and they want to be treated as a person. So when we're able to do this, we're able to start addressing people more personally. So no one falls in love with a corporation or the MLM business. They fall in love with an individual. And so they fall in love with you through this relationship that you're creating through providing value. And that's another reason for narrowing your market down as much as possible. And this is why everyone needs their own message and their own funnel and their own marketing material and their own lead magnets, which brings us to the next thing. Is one of the issues that MLMs have is that everyone out there is using the same marketing material. They're using the same pictures, the same website, the same sales material, and it's so broad and it's designed to appeal to everybody. Puts us back over here in this red ocean, and it doesn't. And now we're not talking to anybody, right? We're online. We're doing the things I talked about yesterday. So I don't want to rehash that. But the question is, you have to ask yourself is, why would anyone listen to you? And so that's the question. I have to ask that question of myself. Why would anybody want to listen to me? Because what I'm doing is I'm bringing something to the people, and I'm trying to make it as understandable as possible. And it can seem complicated, but I want to make it as simple and understandable as possible so that other people can go out and do what I'm doing. So it's like, would you talk to someone differently if you were talking to them about a product versus the product opportunity? So if you're talking to somebody, for example, about the opportunity, then I'm not going to be trying to pitch this product. I'm going to be pitching the opportunity about it. But I'm not going to talk to this person about the opportunity that's interested in losing weight. So we need to really make sure that our message is in line with who our market is. And, you know, kind of like, would you talk to a woman differently than you would talk to a man? Absolutely. So the next thing is that you want to use one message per lead funnel. A funnel for, in this case, a funnel for weight loss and supplements, and then a funnel for weight loss and maybe not supplements. And so you'd be talking to people in a different way. You'd be talking to vegans in one funnel differently than you would be talking to athletes. And that would continue for a funnel for busy people that are working, and a funnel for business opportunities. So you need to make sure that those are in line. I can't stress that enough. When you target an audience, you are really deciding on what to work with, and so in other words, if I'm going to target a particular audience, and in the company I'm in, they've got a large range of products, it makes it possible for me to go and target many different audiences with different funnels. And a good test is to ask yourself, would I want to go on vacation with that person? So when we're talking about people that we're potentially becoming, going to bring them through a funnel and bring them into business with ourselves or with us, or bring them into organization, we want to ask ourselves, are those people that I would want to be on vacation with? So if I'm if I'm in fitness, or if I'm targeting this fitness market here, and I'm not someone that's into the gym, or and I'm not obviously not a bodybuilder. I might get into that someday, but I'm not right now. I'm probably not going to have a lot in common with somebody that's spending a lot of time in the gym. So I don't know that I would necessarily want to target that part of the market with the products. I have the products, I could definitely do it, but I need to ask myself, would I want to spend vacation with them? I'm sure they're great people, and I'm sure I'd have a great time, and I can get to know just about anybody and make friends with anybody, but you really want to make sure that it's, for lack of a better word, kind of contextual, that it fits who you are. So the big question is who's the best person to go after? So the best person to really go after is someone who's in a home business. They're a person who's already involved in a business. They're people who are interested in multiple streams of income, and they're people who are focused on being successful. So as I build out my business and people come through my funnel and I start to have conversations with them, I'm not looking for people that are wanting me to do everything for them. I'm looking for people that want to get out there and be as aggressive and be as zealous about building their business as me. And these are people that I can teach, these are people that I can learn from, and these are people that will be successful. I don't need, a bunch of people that are looking to me for the next thing to do, or they're, looking for me to build their business for them. That is not how we build a successful business. So we want to choose people when we're building our business who are focused on business. When we're selling our products, we want to focus on people who are going to be interested in our products, and those products are going to help solve a problem. And so the last thing we don't want in our business and building the business is lazy people. I don't want to do business with those people. There's nothing wrong with being lazy, but that's just not, that doesn't fit this business model. And I told you I'd be honest about the MLM industry or the network marketing industry, and it is not for a lazy person. You've got to get out and you've got to start a process, and you have to be consistently working it. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm a lazy person and maybe this isn't for me, I didn't mean to hurt any feelings. I just simply want to be honest and upfront and transparent. But if this is something that you're interested in, and just a matter of you don't know where to start, maybe it's not that you're lazy, it's just a matter of you just don't have all the pieces to start. So again, those are questions to ask yourself. But if it's not something that you want to put your work and effort into, then probably it's not worth progressing any further. Now, the thing is we want to stop targeting people who need your opportunity and start targeting people who want your opportunity. And a good example of this, and I found myself thinking this the other day, was I ran into somebody and they were in a situation where, you know, they were they could use the money and they could use the product, and I thought, you know, they were they really need it, and they probably do. And you know, people in my neighborhood could use the money, but they're not people that would build this business or really want the opportunity, and that is the difference. So if someone gets in because of you and not because of the business, they got in for the wrong reason, and you might have done more harm than good. So what I mean by that is, while it is around relationships, if we've gotten them in because they really like us and they really, you know, they think we're the next best thing, next their favorite person or movie star, then they got in for the wrong reason. We want to build relationships, but along the way, people need to be getting in this business to provide value and to continue to the values that we've been talking about. So this is what I'll show you in the next video. I'm going to show you the one question that every prospect has, and if you don't answer it, you'll lose them. Today we talked about the 2 money skills of traffic and conversions. You only have to know how to orchestrate something. You don't have to do everything, okay? And sales is really a transfer of belief. And so, somebody may have a need or a want for something, but helping them believe in your product and your opportunity is where the transaction takes place. And we talked about, in order for someone to buy, they need to be have a pre-existing desire in place already. And so they need to, it's already there. So, I already had a pre-existing desire to buy my truck. And so I'd been shopping for a long time. And really had done my homework and really knew exactly what I wanted and why I wanted it. So that was already there. So people are looking for network marketing companies. They're looking for home businesses. They're looking for something to maybe fill in their income. And so those are the people that we want to be talking to. We want to make sure that our message matches the market and that there's that market match. And so that's very important and something to think about. You only want to target people who want your opportunity instead of those who just need it. And so there's a big difference between want and need. So that's our training for day 2. I hope you found it helpful. And look for my email tomorrow. And until tomorrow, have a great day.